Hey, 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 this is Seagrove, and today we're here with Phinnegan Lynch. He's another pro player, so he's going to be one of these on the mini series Pro Life. There
Oh.
you are, or Life of a Pro, I should say. And Yeah, so Phinnegan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey guys, so I've been playing for about 7 years, competitively for about four. I won a regionals back in 2015, and I think that's my favorite accomplishment. But I've got a lot of like top 32s and top 16s at regionals and intercontinentals, previously nationals. Let's see, I got top 32 at nationals in 2015, top 16 in 2016, and then this last year at US Intercontinentals, I got top 32 again. Um, so yeah, I'm like consistent, but I don't win a lot.
Okay. And who do you play for? And you have a website. Tell us about that.
Yeah, yeah. So PPG Pro Play Games, love those guys. Ultra Pro are the best leagues, but Cutter Tap is my website. I run that. I'm like one of the only writers right now, but yeah.
All right, very cool. So you are a professional, and your money comes from sort of a different way. Comes in a different way than some of the other guys I've done. Why don't you talk to us about how you make your living in this game?
Yeah, yeah, totally. So most of it's through Cutter Tap. It's just subscription-based site, so I get the revenue that way. And then I also do, coaching a good amount. Sometimes I'll just coach like once or twice a week, and then other times I'll coach for like seriously like 25 or 30 hours a week. Before like intercontinentals happen, that happens sometimes. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much just all through Cutter Tap, and the coaching. And then sometimes, I'll get money from tournaments too, but I try not to rely on that as much because I feel like it's a lot more stressful. I don't know how other players do that, honestly, because I feel so much pressure if like my income is based around that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So, what does a day in the life of Finnegan Lynch look like when you're not at a tournament?
Um, I'll probably, let's see. So I'm taking classes right now too. I'm not doing like just Pokemon because I want to have a degree like just in case. But I'll probably get up in the morning, eat some cereal, and then watch a couple YouTube videos, probably about Pokemon, like one of your videos maybe actually, and then
Word.
go to class. Let's see, come back here. I like building decks a lot. I try to do that as often as I can, just like building new archetypes. And I live with my roommate Michael. He plays Pokemon too, Michael Perez. So me and him try to get in like a set or two every day if we can. I'll write at least, well, I try to write consistently, like write maybe 1,000 words a day for like an article or something like that. But a lot of the time it ends up like just being not writing enough for a couple days, and then I'll write like 5,000 words,
Yeah.
something like that. I'd say my days are kind of inconsistent. Like some days, it's just like all school. Some days it's like all Pokemon. Some days it's all just like life stuff. But a lot of deck building, a lot of trying to go to as many tournaments as I can, and a lot of homework.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is your career path, though. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. So I guess I probably should explain that too. I don't really want to do anything with this degree, as ironic as that sounds. Um,
It's a
I'm really
backup.
just trying to like, get it as a backup. Yeah, because I just don't want to be like out in the world and then I don't know, maybe I end up being bad at Pokemon or Cutter Tap like fails or something like that. I just want to have something ready if that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately I do just want to play Pokemon like for the rest of my life if I can.
Very cool. So, how do your parents feel about that? Have you talked to them about that?
Yeah, totally. That's a great question, actually. My dad is like the person that influenced me the most to actually start Cutter Tap because I remember when I was like 17, maybe 17, I think. Um, I kept telling him how like all I cared about was Pokemon. Like the only thing I wanted to do all day, every day was play Pokemon. And I was in class writing out deck lists. I'd be at lunch playing games against myself in the library. Everybody would talk to me and be like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you not hanging out with your friends?" Like, all I did was play Pokemon. It was just my life. And my dad really understood that. And he's like an entrepreneurial type guy. So like
Okay.
he's not had very many normal jobs. So he kind of showed me, what it takes to start your own business and like do your own thing, be your own boss kind of thing. And then he, really pushed me to start Cutter Tap because I told him I had that idea that I wanted to do something like six prizes. And initially, I wasn't even going to start my own website. I was actually just going to write for different article sites and
Mm-hmm.
like use that income with coaching.
Yeah.
So that's how it started out. But yeah, yeah, I'd say a lot of it is because of my dad. So he's very supportive. Every time I talk to him, he's all about the Pokemon thing. And my mom is, she's also pretty supportive too. She like just wants to make sure she's more like concerned with me getting my degree. Just in,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just in
I
case.
think, yeah, I think some of my other family members are a little bit more skeptical than my dad is, but everybody is pretty supportive for the most part, and they just want me to do what makes me happy.
Very cool.
So yeah.
Um, do you said you have a rule for yourself of 1,000 words a day that you often miss, but then you'll kind of make up for it. Um, do,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
is that, do you have a similar rule for yourself for testing and practicing?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes the same way though. Like, I have a sheet of paper and I write like what I want to get done every day for a week. I like planning stuff out a lot, but yeah, I try to get in like at least an hour of playing Pokemon every day. And I've fallen off that more in this format because I just think this format is so boring. Like, I'm really tired of it. But yeah, yeah, I try to get in at least an hour of testing a day if I can. A lot of times I don't though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you rely a bit less on the tournaments than some of the other guys. Do you still feel pressure to perform at tournaments, either because of, oh, I need the money, or because of, I need the prestige for my website and for coaching?
Yeah, most of the pressure I feel is the latter. Like I want to make sure my subscribers and the people I coach, still know that I am a strong player. Like I don't know. I guess I continually feel like I have to prove myself. Um, so yeah, I definitely feel pressure when I'm in tournaments to do well. And it's kind of what Pram said actually. Like the first couple rounds are really stressful, or not like really stressful, but you feel it more. But once you're in the groove, you just kind of get in the zone, and then you're just playing Pokemon. And
Hmm.
like the funny thing about that is, if you like had a list of all my tournament results, and you could see what percentage of the time I lost the first round, it's like it's so high compared to every other round. Like I don't know. Yeah, I definitely feel pressure, and it gets to me when I'm in tournaments. But it's not necessarily for the money. It's just more for the people that I'm supporting.
Yeah. Do you have, so because you're in this different situation where you have your own website and you've, at least in the past, had writers working for you, how do you view that, like, I don't want to say risk versus reward, but cost versus payout with working with other writers?
Yeah, yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, it's difficult because like a lot of the time those are your friends too, so you
Right.
involve like business with your friends, and it's really uncomfortable. So like right now, Cutter Tap is mostly just my content, like my writing. But it has been for like a while. For the majority of the time, it's been with other writers like Daniel Altavilla, Zach and Jay Lesage, Bodie Tracy wrote. I don't think a lot of people know who he is anymore, but yeah, a lot of different people. And I would say the investment is a little bit hard to rationalize for me, I would say at this point, just because I know that a lot of the reason people sub to Cutter Tap is like because of the way I build decks and like my lists, and the way I look at decks and stuff like that. So a lot of the traction that I noticed people were having just like subscribe to the site was because of my kind of out there ideas and things like that. And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the time, it didn't have as much to do with like a diverse number of writers, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
People definitely cared about Daniel Altavilla though. That was like one big one that made a difference. But from like a purely financial perspective, it's better for me to be like the only writer, other than like maybe a couple other people sometimes.
All right. So say in 5 years something goes wrong. I'm not going to go into what it would be. Just hypothetically, something goes wrong, and you're not
Yeah.
able to do full time Cutter Tap and playing and coaching. What is your fallback plan for that?
So my major right now is economics. So I probably do something in that field. That's like my main passion that isn't Pokemon. Like I'm really into politics and the economics of like the system we live in and things like that. So
Very cool.
I could be like an actuary or maybe an accountant or join. Actually, what I really want to do is like be a part of a government. It's kind of unrelated, but
When,
you know,
when you
yeah.
say a government, is that would that be? Do you mean a local versus a state versus a national government, or what do you mean? Why do you say a government instead of the government?
Right, yeah, I guess I just mean because it could be, well, actually just what you said. It could be like on a local
Okay.
level, or maybe I could be part of the, in a department and federal level. Um, but yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in California either. I kind of want to leave California, so I was thinking like maybe a state level government in another state.
Okay. Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
that's about it for me. Do you have any shout outs or anything you wanna give?
Not really. I mean, I already mentioned Cutter Tap and PPG, so I think that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a promo going on from time to time for Cutter Tap, like half off your first 2 months. Is that going on right now?
It isn't right now, but I might start another one soon. But yeah, not right now.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
And for myself, check out Flipside Gaming. I have a few articles on there about rogue decks, and if you use the discount code Seagrove in all caps, then you can get 10% off. Thanks for watching.